What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be installing these DRZ axle sliders onto my 2006 DRZ 400 SM. So I'm going to show you how to do it, what you need, and any troubleshooting issues or anything that I come across, we can do it together. So, and I haven't seen any of these videos. So these are the Outlaw Stunt Parts axle sliders. Very nicely machined. They look so clean. Shout out to those guys. outlawstuntparts.com. So yeah, these things are beautiful. So these are the front, and then these are the rear. See how they have a bigger hole? So yeah. So what you'll need for this project, you'll need obviously your axle sliders of choice. You don't have to use these, but I like these because they already come with the hardware inside. Then you just undo these here, and you can see all the bolts and stuff that you need are already inside of these. So these come with the bolts. So you'll need to do that. You'll need, if you just get axle sliders, you'll need to get some washers and bolts. But and then what else you need for this project, you'll need a 9/16 socket with a preferably deep well socket. You'll need a marker. You'll need a hacksaw. You don't need zip ties. You don't need those. And then you'll need some thread locker. You don't need thread locker, but I just want to use it because well, you'll see why later. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna get all these bolts and stuff out. Oh, also you'll need a big piece of all thread to match your bolts, whatever your bolts of choice are. This is a 9/16 rod. See, it screws on there very nicely. And yeah, so I'm gonna get all these opened up, get all the washers and bolts out of these, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, welcome back. So I got all these apart, got all the bolts out. Bolts are all lined up. So I was actually wrong. There's not two. These are not the two front ones. What you do, you take one of each. This one will go on this side, and then the bigger side will go over this nut right here. I found that out. And then it's the same for the back side. This side will go over the big nut, and then this side just like that. So I found that out. I don't know if that's the same with every bike. That's just how I'm gonna put it on for my bike. But yeah. So let's get right into this. So basically, first thing you're gonna need to do, you're gonna need your all thread. Thread that thing in there, then put a big washer, a small washer, and the nut on. You don't need it on there very much, just about that much. Then what you are going to do, you're gonna take your marker, and you're gonna put this thing through. Like that. So, and then pull it tight. Then you're gonna need, yes, the sides like this. Put it on there, and then you're gonna have to kind of look in there to see what is a good part to cut it. So I'm gonna cut it right here. That's where I'm gonna cut it. And you can cut it shorter if you need to, but that is just where I'm going to cut it. And now we're gonna take this off. And we have our line right there. I don't know if you can see that. But right there, right in that thread. We're gonna cut it right there. Take that off. And then take your hacksaw. And then hold on, you gotta find something to clamp it in so you don't destroy the threads on it. So I'll be right back. I gotta find a piece of rubber or something. Okay, so I just found some cork. Shoot. Yeah, I just found some cork I'm gonna put in here so you don't destroy the threads whenever you're cutting this. So, and you don't need a bench. You don't need one of these bench clamps, but you can probably just do it on a table or something. I'm just gonna do it right here. Just lock that down in there nice and tight. And then you're just gonna saw along that line. There we go. Okay, then you gotta make sure your nut fits back on here. If it doesn't, you're gonna need to clean up the threads a little bit. Just take a file and kind of, yeah, I'm gonna have to take a file and kind of open these threads up. You can probably just take a thread and just kind of, and be aware this thread is hot, so don't burn yourself. I need something a little bit sharper than a file. Maybe just take a little flat. No, it's too big. We'll get the point though. Just clean the threads out and make sure there's nothing in the thread so you can screw your bolt on. Y'all get the point. I'm gonna go find someone to clean these threads out, then I'll be right back to putting it on. Alright guys, so I finally got the nut to fit. Fits nice and smooth. Or it was cut there. The other side's not cut because that's how it came. But so now what you're gonna do, you're gonna put this side in here. Thread this on a little bit. Come on. There we go. Just don't put it on too much, but that should be good enough. And you're gonna get another set of these. Load this one up. That's the wrong one. There we go. Load that up. And you're gonna slide this through this side. Put this side on. And this is where it gets kind of difficult. And put that nut on. And you're probably gonna have to, I'm probably gonna have to trim the that rod back down, but I just cut it a little bit long just in case it wasn't enough. So then, alright guys, so this actually turned out perfect. So if you see, we got enough clearance on this side and on this side with that rod. And make sure you Loctite those bolts, which I did with some EC Star Loctite by Suzuki. Works great. But make sure you Loctite those because you don't want those coming off. Especially in a slide. So then you just take these, slide on perfect. Plenty of clearance down in there for those caps to sit on top. So then you're gonna take a 3/32 or 2/32, I can't even read it. A 3/32. It's a really tiny Allen. And then you're just gonna tighten these down on it. Allen's tight. And you can position these where these both line up on the same thing. And that's tight. There we go. You got 2 front axle sliders now. Perfect. So now we're gonna do the back side. Let me turn the bike around and then we'll get to the back side. Be right back. Okay, so I got the bike turned around. Now the rear side is gonna be a little bit different because if you see, I have a cotter pin in my rear axle so the axle bolt doesn't come out. What I'm doing to solve this, make sure, so I took this off last time I changed the wheel and I Loctited that nut on there. So that nut is not moving. It's tight, it's Loctited on there. So just take your pliers, pull the cotter pin off, and then, so unfortunately you're gonna have to run it without a cotter pin, which is not the best idea, but if you're just stunning this thing, that's the old one, you can throw it away. If you're just stunning it, there's not really any harm in that. I mean, you're not going 100 miles an hour, hopefully. So then, put this in there. Hooks up both sides. You do the same thing as you did on the rear, or on the front. Rear, I don't know why I said rear. Let me turn it around, this side's not cut. Put this on. nut on there a little bit. Slide it all the way on. Take this side. Make sure you take your marker. Don't leave it on the table. Put that on. Then just kind of guesstimate where you want to cut it. Guessing right there should be enough. You mark it real well so you can see it. So when you pull it out, it's gonna get dirt all over it. Right there, see it? Okay. Take all this off. And we're gonna take it over here and cut it. Put it in there nice and tight and start sawing. There we go. Clean those all up nice and good. And you should be good. I'll come back whenever I'm done cleaning all this up. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do the same thing as the front. Like this side. Put it through like that. Take this side, put all the washers in, the nut, and put it on. And I think I might have to trim this a little bit. No, maybe not. It may work. Oh, this is gonna be fun. You gotta hold this side. There we go. Now we're going to tighten them down. And I already Loctite the bolts, or the nuts, so they're good to go. There we go. Nice and tight. And let's try our pucks. Make sure they slide on effortlessly. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now just take your 3/32, tighten them down. There you go. That's all there is to it. Now you got some axle sliders, so hopefully save your sub or your swing arm and your forks. Man, those look good. Once again, huge shout out to Outlaw Stunt Parts. I'll leave a link in the description to the website. Definitely very high quality. Can't wait to see how these do in a crash. Have no doubt they'll save my bike. But yeah, this is how you put the sliders on. I guess that's the end of the video. You got any questions or anything, put them down in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Yeah, I guess that'll do it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.